right, so this is Jacob Levy from Disabilities. I have here Meena, um, who we actually met randomly on a Facebook group for people with disabilities. Hey, Meena.
Hey.
Um, so Meena goes to the University of Auburn, is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And Meena, can you tell me a little bit about your experience or your relationship with the disability?
Sure. Yeah. Uh, I was di- diagnosed with a speech impairment at the age of 5. So it is basically like a stutter. So uh, so and I spent the most of my childhood uh, very sheltered. I didn't have so many friends, and like I just felt like I didn't have a voice to speak. And then it was like not a very fun childhood. Uh, but then as I like started to grow up, uh, I came to know of many disability organizations, and then many people, and I met so many mentors who like who uh, who who helped me understand that I do have a voice despite my disability. So I think of then uh, I just like started to speak out more, and then started to share my own story, and um, just wanted to say that that I like sort of made my speech disability my strength. The people they asked me to speak at these conferences and the workshops because they want to learn of from my experience of having a speech impairment. So yeah.
That's awesome. And I think it's so empowering that what you were mentioning, and I say this a lot, that I don't believe a disability is an inability to do something.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a way to go an alternative route to get to the same solution.
Yeah, for sure.
And when you're looking for that solution and you're going that alternate route, in my opinion, I think that's where innovation comes from. I think
Yeah.
that's where people come up with new ideas because they're having struggles or they have to go a different way versus everyone else.
Yeah.
So I, it's a disability. Like I have a disability as well. I like to call it my superpower
Oh yeah, for me too.
because not everyone not everyone has a disability, and not everyone has a superpower.
For
So
sure. Yeah.
very cool, very cool. Um, so tell me, can you describe like any wins that you've had in your life, like scenarios in which you've had to overcome, whether it's like adversity with your disability, um, with like a challenging situation?
Yeah. So I think like until the age of like 17 or to say 18 or something, uh, like I have not done any uh, public speaking engagements. I mean, like I was so like scared of like talking to people, and then like uh, especially to a large group of people. So, but I do remember at the age of like 19, uh, one of my mentors, I was trying to do like a panel for a conference at the Disability in Conference. It's like one of the largest disability conferences like in the US. So I was attending that conference. Then one of the panelists, they had an accident the last day. They couldn't make the panel. So my mentor, she asked me to speak this panel, and we can't find anybody to speak on. And like first, I was like, no, it's too stressful. But then after I like thought about it for some time, I think the two things came to my mind. And the first thing was that the reason they have asked me to talk at like such a big panel at such a big conference is that because they see something in me. They would just not ask me to talk for no reason. They think I have something valuable to share, so they are inviting me to talk. And the second thing was that uh, 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 this would be my first speaking engagement. What a better place than at a conference for disabled people. I mean, it would be the most inclusive audience there. So I like finally spoke on the panel, and like at the end of my speech, like got a standing ovation from like 2,000 people and the audience. So that just skyrocketed my have confidence to a whole new level. Then ever since that, I think I've like spoken to at least 5 to 6 panels. Then I mean, I still get stressed out to talk and stuff. But my confidence is so much improved. And I think the one thing to remember is that I don't try what changed is like not my speech. I mean, I still stutter. I still have my speech impairment. How my disabilities are still there. But what changed is my confidence and my ability to believe that uh, 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 I don't have to be the most fluent person to make a uh, difference, or to share my story with people, you know.
Absolutely. I think that's very powerful.
Yeah.
I think it speaks volumes that, you put yourself out there to the world. You mentioned a few different panels. Like you said, you're adding value to people's lives, because whether they have a speech impediment or not, you're showing them that, like, anything's possible, right? No matter what somebody's disability is, you have to put yourself out there. You have to show people that, a disability is not an inability to do something.
Yeah.
It's just, you have to make your own path,
Yeah.
right? You can't go the traditional path. You have to do your own thing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like the Nike logo, just do it.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
Just do it. Just do it. That's beautiful. It's a
Take the
beautiful
first
story.
step. Yeah.
One last question. I always like to leave this parting note with people. If you have to put a message on a bumper sticker for the rest of the world to see when they're sitting in traffic or whatever, what would you want it to say?
Oh wow. I think
And it can be to people with disabilities. It could be to the general population. I say general education because I'm a special education teacher. But to the rest of the world, if you want to just have one note while people are sitting in traffic, what would you want it to say?
sure. Yeah, I think the one of my favorite quotes of all time is, I mean, it's a statement or something. I think it's the diversity includes disability. So I think the when the companies and institutions, they are trying to diversify their I mean, themselves. I think they should also consider disabled people, or disabled people, we make up like almost 1 billion of the whole world population. So we deserve to be represented, unlike every field of our society, be it like media, education, technology, sports. I think we need representation everywhere.
I completely agree. And yes, we do, people with disabilities do make up over 1 billion people in the world. So I think a lot of employers may not acknowledge that. Maybe they don't know that, but it is incredibly important. So I love that diversity includes disabilities.
Yeah.
That's a very strong statement. I really like that. So, okay, awesome. Well, I want to thank you for your time.
All right.
And I hope all is well and you're staying safe during these hectic times. So, Meena, thank you so much. This is Jacob Levy from Disabilities signing out. Thank you.
So much for having me.
My pleasure. Thank you.